Do you get sick and tired of like people talking about you and Josh Kelly?
It's what the public demand it.
Yep.
Yes.
So if the public demand it, the public are going to get it.
Come on, that's what I like. That's what I like. That's the talk I like.
Listen. He's his dad. That's his dad.
Come on, if the public like it, the public gonna get it.
That's his dad. Well, if he wants it, I'll be able to go smash him.
Come on, Spencer.
I'll be able to go smash him.
Lovely.
You know what? With Kelly, the public demand it. It's a
Yes.
fight. It's a big fight. That. So when people keep bringing up his name, or what I see is the public want it. That's a big fight. That's a massive fight. It's a pay-per-view fight. Everybody loves the British domestic. Whereas all these other fighters, they call me out, and what do I gain from fighting them?
Part of it, and that's what people have to understand.
If I'm not fighting one of them, I'm scared of another one. Or if I'm not fighting that one, I'm scared of him.
Welcome.
No way. Oh, I'm back scared. I'm scared of you. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit silly. When someone's got 16 fights and knocked out 3 of them, you think I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah, come on. We don't care. It's 10:55.
Yeah.
We don't business energy all day, every day. Come on, you're hyped now. You're walking out in the O2. You're fighting for the world title, Conor. We're knocking the boy out clean. Listen. Come on. You see? Come on. I'm telling you. Dream it, believe it, become it. We got the one, the only. Oh no! Wait! Let me stop this. Okay, I'm getting too hype. I'm excited myself. The one, the only, the son of the legend who is about to become a legend. The man that I back, the young fighter of the year, says Tunde Ajayi. The one, the only, Conor Benn.
I received that.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Man.
You see what I'm saying, Conor? They need us. They need us in this thing. This is energy. Come on, Spence. What's going on?
Conor, nah, man, it's all blessed, man. Conor,
wait, sorry, sir. I'm excited. Conor, listen, man. Trust me, you know me, I'm a hype man already. You know, like I hype up the thing. I'm pay-per-view. Tunde Ajayi's pay-per-view. Don't worry about no one else, mate.
Tunde, the way you're carrying on, I'm going to end up going for an hour run in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, you need it.
Come on, you need it. But listen, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm proud of you. I remember when you walked in the gym, when you just come, you land not too long, come in Peacock. I remember the little words, a few words we had, and to see you grow. I was at your last fight. I think it was your last fight at You're Cool. Was that your last one, yeah? At You're Cool.
No, that was my second to last.
Yeah, the second to last one. I was there. Me, AY, Spencer was there. We was all bubbling. And I said to Spence, I tapped Spence, I said, brother, I'm telling you, brother, this you is going all the way. I know I know boxing. So I'm happy that you're on the show. The first show, you see how the thing works. The first show since COVID-19, because we're not doing all that Zoom business. We're not on that. we want the thing the same quality, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show, Conor. And
it's my pleasure being on.
I know Spencer's gonna give us some knowledge.
Yeah, Conor.
Yeah.
This how I'm just breaking this down because like I'm just too hyped. See right now. I'm watching your progress, right?
Bro, I'm telling you.
Right? And I remember first time I see the pad work that you're doing with I don't even know the brother's name, the big brother with who you're doing the pads. Big D, yeah, him.
Mr. Clump. Sorry.
Not fired.
Mr. Clump, don't worry, but carry on.
Right. And I'm seeing the work. You know what I mean? You and Dr. Doolittle, right?
Stop it, carry on, bro. You see what I'm saying, Conor? You can't be serious when you're around Spencer. You have to cut too much jokes.
Nah, I'm joking, Big D. I'm joking. I'm joking. Just you know what I mean, I'm only serious. No. So like, I'm seeing the work that you're doing, and like, I'm seeing the combinations that you're putting in now, right? And I'm seeing the thoughtfulness behind your work.
That's the main thing for me.
Yeah, I'm seeing the thoughtfulness behind it now. And like I remember first time we was having conversations, you said, I'm not into all that tippy-tappy pads.
Yeah, Connor's like, oh, that's good. Connor, I remember Connor goes to me, yeah, that's good, but I can't really do that. I'm more like a, crash right on, but brother, again, you're open for knowledge and it's working.
And and that's what I'm saying. You're incorporating that now in your game plan. And I got belief in you, not only because of the lineage of where you come from, because I remember when you they had where was it? It was up in somewhere down in Chigwell. They had a Nigel Benn dinner. And that's the first time I met you. I remember you come to me saying, "Yeah, Spence, man, I've got big shoes to fill." And I said, "You ain't got no shoes to fill by your own, and you're filling your shoes now because you are actually paving your own way."
Yeah, do you know what? It's just been a crazy journey. As Tunde said, when I first come down to Peacock, it was, I can't do that. But I didn't think I'd be where I am now. But I believe that with the hard work that I'm putting in and the willing to learn and accepting the fact that I don't know it all, and I know very small in comparison. Do you know what I mean? So when you have that mindset and you accept that, you know, you need to learn. Yes. You don't really know anything about the game, about defence, about attack, about ring craft. It's not just going in there and having a fight, which I thought it was. There's so much more to it. And I think that just comes with maturity and you know, seeing things in a different perspective. Like, you know, these long layoffs that I have off, it's still giving me, I'm still maturing mentally.
Come on, talk on this.
Yeah, so still, I'm not even in the gym doing boxing, obviously, with this COVID-19 period, but I know I'm going to come back better because of my mentality.
Yes, sir.
And the maturity just growing in my brain. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, like, everybody talks about, the fights. People still need to realize, how old are you now, Conor?
23.
23.
23. Now, for some strange reason, it seems like you've been around for a long time.
Imagine that, yeah. It seems like you've been around for a long time.
You're only a puppy, you know? Mm-hmm. Right? You're only a puppy, and you had limited amateur experience out when you was out in Australia. Very, very limited amateur experience. And there was a lot of weight on your shoulders because your dad's a legend. Period. Right? Your dad was my childhood. Your dad, Michael Watson, Chris Eubank, Harold Graham, that time of the late 80s, mid 90s, that was your dad. Now, to say like your dad's a legend is a little bit of an understatement. And the reason why I'm saying this, because when your dad fought Chris Eubank in 1990 November,
come on, the knowledge,
right? I know, right?
Come on, this man knows.
16 million people in Great Britain tuned in to watch that, and that fight was on a Sunday night, right, in Manchester, MEN.
Come on,
sellout, right? So we're not, even though boxing's gone big now, but I'm saying that was on terrestrial TV. Right? Yeah. You could not avoid that, because your dad was like a middleweight Mike Tyson. Yes. Because Nigel Benn was just clapping out brothers, you know. And I'm not talking like a little clap out. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, who was it? Was it Ian Chandler? He knocked out in something like 16 seconds.
That's it, yeah.
Right? Clapping with a left hook. I thought he was dead, you know. I'm gonna be real. No, seriously.
Serious.
Nigel Benn was just
the energy.
It was serious.
But I see that same energy in Conor. I see it, brother. I see it. Maybe people don't see it, but you know my eyes, Spence. I see things from far. And I feel that Conor's got that 100%, and I see it more and more every fight. And you know, I was just looking at the fight that we attended with Conor against that Jussie.
Vicious.
Like you banged them out in two. Yeah, you banged them out in 2 rounds. But let's get this right. That guy got stopped by Leonard Bundu.
Bundu is serious, you know.
And remember, the Bundu beat Frankie Gavin.
He rack it up.
He beat Frankie Gavin, and then that Bundu took 9 rounds to beat that guy. That Conor banged up in 2 rounds. So people, that's what I'm trying to say. When people look at people's records, they see a negative, but they don't know the history behind and the fact that you're a young man going into a ring with a very experienced guy and dealing with him the way you deal with him. So for me, it's just keep doing what you're doing.
100%.
Yeah, I try and think a lot more.
Yes.
It's just so many things you can work on, and it's just endless. It's endless knowledge, endless things you can work on. You can always be better at something. So far, this whole lockdown, I've been working on defense. and because my defense was on the edge when I was attacking, it was fine. But then when I needed a breather and needed to, defend while breathing and nicking a breather, I wasn't able to.
Yes.
My hands would drop and and these things that were habits, I now have to undo and start to redo good habits, keeping your hands up, doing the shoulder roll. And those are the things I've been working on. And, like the likes of Gervonta Davis, I think he's an absolute animal.
Yes.
I think he's a great fighter, and the way he picks his shots, he can throw the shots with such power and so accurate. That's what I want to be like.
Yes, sir. Again,
you know what I mean?
See what I'm saying? This is a young, active fighter giving credit to another active young fighter. This is what it's about, man. This is what I'm chatting about.
Yeah, like
100.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the black and white old videos of the old fight. You can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong.
Spencer, come on. You see, when you said that, when you said that, Con, Spencer, his eyes just lit up. Trust me, because Spencer's the black and white man.
That's what my trainer sends me through. That's what my trainer sends me through to study the old time fighters. But then when you look at in my opinion, today's fighters,
yes,
they incorporate they take bits and pieces from them fights.
Absolutely.
And they put it into their own style. And I like it.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
Floyd Mayweather always speaks about Willie Pep, and these old fighters that he used to study, and again, same thing what you're saying, incorporating them into his style.
Yeah, yeah. Like Floyd would always say, like he studied the greats until he became great, and that's a really good thing. If we just go look at your career right now, brother, when we're talking, because you're in the welterweight division right now, and do you get sick and tired of like people talking about you and Josh Kelly?
It's what the public demand it.
Yep.
Yes.
So if the public demand it, the public are going to get it.
Come on, that's what I like. That's what I like. That's the talk I like.
Listen. He's his dad. That's his dad.
Come on, if the public like it, the public gonna get it.
That's his dad. Well, if he wants it, I'll be able to go smash him.
Come on, Spencer.
I'll be able to go smash him.
Lovely, Conor. Keep it up. Come on. You're gassing me today, mate. You're gassing me today. It's night time, but bro, go on.
So with the and that's all I get asked about. It's the only name that gets brought up to me all the time, and I know it's going to be likewise with him. But then on the flip side of the coin, you got all these other fighters calling me out. I get about 4 fighters.
Like who? I don't know these guys.
Paddy Gallagher,
Okay.
Michael Mackinson. There's loads. I don't know the rest. Those are the 2 common ones.
Okay. Well, why are they calling
you got that Florian Marku. You've got
Florian. That boy ain't ready for you, man. I seen that.
Yeah,
boy.
I think Shaq Day and all these other fighters. But you know what? With Kelly, the public demand it. It's a fight. It's a big fight. That. So when people keep bringing up his name, or what I see is the public want it. That's a big fight. That's a massive fight. It's a pay-per-view fight. Everybody loves the British domestic. Whereas all these other fighters, they call me out, and what do I gain from fighting them?
And that's what people have to understand.
If I'm not fighting one of them, I'm scared of another one. Or if I'm not fighting that one, I'm scared of him.
Welcome.
No way. Oh, I'm back scared. I'm scared of you. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit silly when someone's got 16 fights and knocked out 3 of them. You think I'm gonna be scared?
Come on.
Do you know what I mean? But the minute you bite, they've got you hooked. You know what I mean? And then they emphasise on that. So it's them talking. I'm scared. That is the biggest bunch of nonsense.
Yes.
I've read. Like, it's just silly. Do you know what I mean? If it don't make sense, then I ain't having it. Do you know what I mean? I don't need you to propel my career.
That's it. So, and they need you.
They need exactly.
Yeah,
they need you.
I'm in a very blessed position. But my dad's given me this platform.
Yes.
And if I wasn't in that position, I would have these fights and have to fight probably all 4 of them to get recognition.
Yes, sir.
But as it currently stands, I'm not in that position.
Fantastic.
So I can't speak hypothetically of, I'm not interested in fighting you lot. There's bigger names on the table. I mentioned the likes of Theophane. He fought Danny Garcia,
yes, sir.
former world title challenger. He's achieved the British. He's well experienced.
Yes.
He's a seasoned pro.
That's meant to be your next fight, right? That's meant to be. I've heard that's meant to be the next fight.
I hope
right?
so. I hope so. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? I wouldn't mind going and fight him in America.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd love to go and fight him in America, as a matter of fact, because he's claiming he needs 10 weeks and all that out in America. I'll come out in America. It don't bother me.
Come on. This is what I like to hear. The fight is right, and we're talking about fighting. And,
that's what I'm saying. And that would be obviously mandatory for the British and Commonwealth.
Yes.
But their warrant team are long in that. So let that be long, whenever that is.
Okay.
And then our fight, Ashely Theophane, is a in between fight.
Yeah, I think that'll be Ashley's last fight. I think because Ashley's been a good servant to the sport.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I said it on my live when we was talking about the fight. I said, please be easy, be easy. Because Ashley's my man, and he done things the hard way. Took himself off to America, and it's a great fight for you, a good learning fight. And you'll gain the experience. When you share, people don't understand this. When you share the ring with a great, you are a piece of greatness. So I'm not saying that Ashely Theophane is a great, but what I am saying is that he's fought great fighters.
He's got great experience.
And great experience.
But we wanted Samuel Vargas next to it, first off, for March 28th.
Okay.
So that's who we was meant to fight, Samuel Vargas, but he chose to fight Virgil Ortiz on March the 28th. Fair enough, because when I do a number on him, Virgil Ortiz won't have no need to fight him. So,
come on.
So that don't make no sense. So, those are the sort of opponents we want.
Yes.
But the way I see it is because me and Kelly are such big names in Britain, it's fine to have the fight now, whenever.
Yes.
We're both big names and we're both big draws.
Yes.
Whereas all these other bods, I'll say to them, listen, I support all you lot. I see Javonta supporting Ryan Garcia to come and beat Campbell. And I'm thinking them two have beef and that. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I like that. I like that you support your own to get to where they get to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I want to support all these other welterweights in the division calling me out. And the cream always rises, and the best in Britain will meet, and it will make for big domestic.
Fantastic. You see that? That is serious.
That's somebody who wants it. That's
somebody who wants it. That's
exactly.
come on.
And he's also speaking from a position of realness.
Yes.
You know what I mean? No fake bravado, none of this, because take your dad out the equation, right? But if your dad wasn't your dad, I'd call your dad because you just want to fight everyone.
Yes.
You got that Nigel Benn spirit. And that's what I respect.
And I'm just looking at Vargas's career. He's fought decent,
good opposition.
Errol Spence Jr., Danny Garcia.
He fought Juicy Koivula, and they went 10-12 rounds. And people say Koivula should have won. So,
oh wow, the same guy you fought, right?
That's Skyfall, yeah.
Look at that. Like, I know what's gonna happen anyway. And I remember listening to your dad saying, "Listen, my son's gonna be better than me, mate." You understand? And I can tell when he said it, he ain't. Remember, you're the next generation, so you're supposed to be better anyway. Yeah, and the fact that you've got that experience too, and I love it the way you're with your dad. Your dad has let you. The key thing for me is that your dad has let you go off and be a man. See, it ain't no daddy, my daddy's there. I'm not trying to say, but the thing is that one day a parent has to let go, and boxing is a very lonely sport, and so you can be there, but not be holding onto your hand because it's a man's sport, and I think what your dad has done with you is very admirable as a father, and he is Nigel Benn and you're Conor Benn, the same but different, and credit to your father, definitely.
Do you know what? He was always harsh on me growing up, like really harsh. Like,
nah, I don't believe that.
you spent, bruv.
Of course, I'm joking. I know you're dead.
I'm telling you now, I've had it all, mate.
Yeah. But listen, most fathers are. That's what I mean. Listen, especially if you're going into a sport like boxing.
You know what?
As well.
I learned a form of discipline from my dad, which is if he weren't as hard as me as he was, and if he didn't mentally prepare me from young. Yes. I didn't understand when I was young. So me and my dad didn't get on when I was young. wrap my head around it. I didn't understand what he was trying to tell me.
Yes.
But little did I know that he was preparing me for this.
Come on.
And how I'm able to be here on my own and deal with life. I think life's a much more harder fight than getting in the ring.
Again.
And I'm learning that out now.
Absolutely. The biggest battles outside the ring, to be honest with you. The biggest battles outside the ring. You know, you're in the gym for a few hours a day, and then you got the rest of the day and night to deal with life. And that's why that saying is a very true saying. And again, credit to your dad for preparing you for this time.
Yeah, agreed.
Spence?
So what's next for you then, Samp?
What's next? Do you know what? I ain't got no fight date. We were supposed to fight for the British and Commonwealth July 25th. So that couldn't materialise. We tried getting Theophane, Skeet, Garton, as warm-up fights for my European challenge.
Did he say Skeet?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
He didn't. He won't be ready in 10 weeks.
Oh, what?
Bradley Skeet said he won't be ready in 10 weeks.
I don't understand.
He said he wouldn't be ready in 10 weeks.
Wait, say that again. Wait. We have to capture this one.
Wait.
Bradley's my guy still, but I'm saying, Brad, come on, man. You want 10 weeks?
10 weeks.
Mike Tyson used to have 6 weeks training for fights.
Floyd said,
my dad used to come off partying Thursday to Monday and still only needed 6 weeks.
Trust me. Even Floyd said, man, give me 4 weeks. I'll be
but
ready.
I don't get it. I don't get it, Spence. Tunde, I don't get it.
You know what is? Conor? Let me explain to you. People are using the name professional, but they're not professional. And this is why you see me on my. This is why you see me on my Instagram, 3 a.m. in the morning, because I'm saying I'm the trainer. So how you gonna call yourself a fighter and you ain't doing your work? How can you be a professional fighter and say 10 weeks ain't good enough? What nonsense is that?
Hey, listen, I'm 40 plus right now. Give me 10 weeks. I can make a comeback.
It's a rouse. Hey, give me 10 weeks. Give me a good paycheck, Conor. I don't lie down, mate. These guys, they're not fighters, man. They're pretending. So as far as that goes, no fight date on the horizon. But listen, man, we're still working.
Yes.
These times I learn more from than I am when I'm in training camp.
Yes, sir.
Again, believe it or not.
Yes. No, I believe it. Don't worry about that.
You know, I learned so much more. But, you know, during this whole lockdown period, I'm also winning outside of life. Like, you know, I'm moving into a new home, a new investment.
Congratulations.
I think that was the next step, and we're going to do renovation on it, make money on it. Obviously, I've got it for a bargain.
Wicked.
I'll have all that renovation done and move in before Christmas. So you know, let's just come out of lockdown. But do you know what it is so many fighters get caught up in boxing, and they're not right mentally outside of boxing. And you know, they have their demons they got to deal with, and I'm so content. Well, I weren't at the beginning of my career. I struggled a lot, missing my family and
understandably so.
Yes.
So and now it's like I'm so content outside it. So it just brings you peace. Do you know what I mean? Amongst all the madness, you gotta have some sort of peace in your life. Otherwise, you will burn out. And you know, I'm making moves outside to benefit myself in my life anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
And some like people were jealous. Other fighters who are jealous of me, and it's like, guys, like I feel like, why do you feel like that? Why can't people just be happy for you? I actually don't understand it. I don't understand the world. I don't understand. You know, you got to get behind your own. You got to support your own fighters. Do you know what? I'll have when these fighters who call me out and I see them face to face and they want to ask me for a photo, they have a photo. I have a photo with them. It don't bother me.
Yes,
you know what I mean? But then, I ain't about all that fake beef because there is no beef.
Listen,
press the button.
Come on, Conor Benn.
There is no
teaching. The young man is teaching.
Because we're vegetarians.
Now the difference with me and Kelly.
Okay.
Yes,
is now it's not. I'll be happy for him to do well. When he went to America, I wanted him to do well. It's not. You know, it don't go that deep. It only goes as far as him. You know, thinking he can talk down to me.
Yes,
that's as far as it goes. And the way he fights ain't my cup of tea. So that's as far as that goes. But it ain't me going, you know, who's he think he's a bum and or, you know, he ain't going to do this or he ain't going to do that. No, listen, bro, you're a good fighter. You'll do well. I hope you do well.
Yes.
Because you know what that means? Me and you find down the line, it's a bigger paycheck for me. And that's the way you look at it. And, you know, you got to clap your hands when they win. You know what I mean? And British fighters need to get behind British fighters. And that's one thing I dislike. I don't know if it's like that in America, but I saw that post from Javonta the other day about Ryan Garcia doing well, and I thought, you know what, fair play, mate. So yes. I like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Conor, believe me, again, I've been a fan of yours from the get-go. But after today's conversation or this evening's conversation, I'm even a bigger fan of you because you're understanding life outside of the ring, making smart investments, knowing that your boxing career is limited. You have a limited amount of time, and you know, we don't want to be one of them statistics of professional athletes who end up broke and bankrupt when their career is over. So it's good that you've aligned yourself around good people, the right people. You've got a wealth of experience to feed off with your father, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best, young man. Keep doing what you're doing. Spence?
I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing more to say. It's just a plumb pleasing pleasure for me to see your growth, because I've known you you've come to the country. I've known your dad. I was a massive fan of your dad, and now I know your dad, and I can call your dad a friend. And more than that, but I also knew your grandfather really well, because I remember taking your dad out a couple of times to dinner, and he brought his dad. So after, so those kind of things. So it's just keep on doing what you're doing.
Trust me.
Sky's the limit.
I appreciate that, guys.
Dream it, believe it, become it.
You know this. Well, listen, great talking to you, young man. Listen, you can do everything. It's just with that mentality, with that attitude, I just feel that it's just timing. And, you got the right people around you. They're not going to rush you into anything. And, that's what boxing's about. It's about the right fight at the right time. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So keep doing what you're doing, Con. Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure. Guys. It's been a pleasure.
Big up, Conor. Thank you very much, bro.
Remember to like, comment and subscribe to the Stamina for Sale YouTube channel.